again, thanks for choosing us. I'm Ernest Manu. Road tolls are back. Yes, they are back, but on selected highways. Government says it is reintroducing this revenue measure as part of a public-private partnership arrangement to finance its road project. The Finance Minister, during the presentation of the 2022 budget in November 2021, announced the abolition of road tolls with immediate effect. The minority in Parliament described that fiat as illegal and further argued it will cause financial loss to the state. But the Finance Minister later in March this year told the House no financial loss has been caused as a result of the cancellation of road tolls. Well, Monday, Ken Ofori-Atta announced a U-turn. Here's how.
The Ministry of Roads and Highways is currently under review by GIF, Ministry of Roads and Highways, the Office of the Attorney General, and the Ministry of Finance. When completed, the concession agreement is expected to be approved by the PPP Committee, Cabinet, and Parliament. The completed road will be tolled. Mr. Speaker, all new roads of this nature will be tolled.
Well, still on infrastructure, the Finance Minister said the development of the rail sector remains a major part of government's development agenda. Following a John News Tracker series titled Derailed, government just last week revived passenger train services on the Accra-Tema line. Ken Ofori-Atta noted that other major lines under the development will be completed within schedule.
Investments continue to be made by government towards the development of a modern railway network. We believe in this because we know that creating an alternative means of transport, especially for goods, will ease the pressures on our roads and future impacts of global crude price hikes on farm products. For example, government is within target to complete the construction of the new Tema-Mpakadan rail line by the end of this year. The project is currently about 92% complete. The operationalization of the project is expected to enhance efficiency at the Tema port and provide the shortest possible transportation route between the southern and northern parts of Ghana.
Let's go to the phone lines now and speak to Kwame Gavin-Sadbuja. He's the ranking member on the Roads and Highways Committee of Parliament. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Joy News Prime. When the Finance Minister announced the cancellation of road tolls, one, you were unhappy that, he was essentially usurping the powers of Parliament to approve and disapprove of revenue measures. But most importantly for you, you thought the state would lose money. Now we are back to the situation where government wants to use this measure to finance some major road projects. Good move?
Apologizing to the people of this country first. Apologize to the toll workers that he sacked. Find the money and pay them. Apologize to the Speaker of Parliament of who they vilified and even said that if he likes, he should go and collect the tolls himself. Under normal circumstances, in principle, the NDC believes that generating local revenue to do projects, especially road projects, was necessary. Indeed, we instituted the road fund because we realized that we couldn't rely on foreigners to do this forever. So we brought the road fund. When the accruals were just 250 million Ghana cedi a year, we enhanced it. That is why today we can get 2 billion. The problem, though, is that when Ghanaians pay 2 billion Ghana cedi for road fund, the finance minister takes half of that money away through capping. Another retrogressive, policy of the NPP government. So today, under normal circumstances, we should be happy that the NPP has been able to see reason in why we said they shouldn't have cancelled it. But because they didn't come to Parliament with any apology and sincerity, it's difficult to see what they want to do. In the first place, if tolling is a factor of generating revenue to build roads, just say so, and then exactly what you did when, they brought this law of a luxury vehicle tax. We opposed it. We told them it wouldn't work. When they implemented it and it didn't work, they came back and then we took it off. Road tolls are a factor of revenue for improvement of road maintenance in every advanced country. We believe all we could have done was to see how we could augment the accruals and make it reasonably enough to do other things. He said that the collection of road tolls generate a bad environmental condition, and that the money was not good enough. My brother, as we speak, there are hundreds of contractors we call SMC, small medium contractors, who normally weed our roadside, do little things on the road. They have worked since 2019. They are not being paid. Some of them are owed as little as 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Some of them are sick and can't get money to even treat themselves. And they listen to the finance minister. He didn't say a word as to how he's going to pay them. This finance minister didn't say a word about how he's going to pay about 10 billion Ghana cedi with all Ghanaian road contractors. That he's talking about a new
difficulty with government measure, given the precedent and given the history of how it has utilized the road funds. But given that this is a PPP, would it make any difference? Wouldn't it make a difference?
No. Let me tell you why you should even trust him. In 2021 budget, this finance minister said that they have actually signed an agreement for the construction of the motorway. That is in 2021 budget. Yeah. In 2022 budget, he said they have concluded financial agreement for the construction of the motorway. And today, in the media review, he tells us that they are doing procurement for the same motorway. My brother, ask yourself, how do you now go do procurement for a project that you have said you have finished procurement, signed agreement, done financial conclusion? It tells you this finance minister cannot be trusted. Secondly, they tell you again that they will start this project in September. My brother, let me tell you this. Parliament is rising this week. We are back somewhere in October. For any fit-for-purpose procurement process to go on and select a proper, valid PPP contractor, you need more than 1 or 2 months to be able to do that. Unless they are going to embark on that same shabby procurement process they did with Motor Angels, which we complain about that it is an illegality and it's not fit for purpose. Today, at least, they are saying that the Motor Angels contract has been cancelled. We are believing that the Ghanaian contractor is capable of building the motorway. If we are going to find the money through GIF, by the way, GIF is dry. We have used GIF to back the building of the Pullman Hotel at the airport. We have used GIF for so many things. How much money does GIF have? And let's assume that GIF has even got the money, which is our money. Then I expect that the PPP arrangement should be with Ghanaian company. This company that we owe 10 billion. If we have some money today, let's give them the opportunity to do this, because construction of motorway is not rocket science. Ghanaian contractors can do it.
Are we going to leave it at this? I mean, you're on the committee for roads. Are we going to see some further probe into these issues?
Yes. In fact, that is why I'm saying that I'm happy that at least the finance minister. I think what the problem is that they can't just come and say that, okay, we got it wrong, because that pride and arrogance. They could have just said, look, the tolling of the road, we got it wrong. We thought e-levy was going to generate X amount of money. We got the calculation wrong. We need the road toll back. Then we as a parliament will sit down together to fashion out the best way we can do this. But this backdoor treatment saying that it's for only new road. I heard one of them saying that, they don't want to put the tolls on roads that are not good. Then we are charging drivers today 47% on a litre of petrol. But the roads are still bad.
Well, Mr. Doja, we're running out of time on this, but just before you go, let's move to railway. Before the finance minister came in, you raised some red flags about government's plans to sign some 3.2 billion contract with Thelo DB to construct the railways in the country. What exactly are your concerns with that loan agreement?
Okay, we started seeing something in the international media, especially Reuters, about a company called Thelo DB and then Transtech, claiming that they have got an agreement of 3.2 billion to build railways in this country. My checks tell me that that particular company was just using that to project themselves on the stock exchanges where they are listed. Okay. Government of Ghana does not have any agreement with any company called Thelo DB. Indeed, I'm happy the finance minister clarified the situation by saying that as far as they are concerned, there's no such agreement, because that was exactly what we did with Aqua Vitam, with the Ghana Water, you remember? they claimed Aquavitems was coming to do management contract and improve water supply in this country. They took a lot of money, did nothing. The same thing they did with ACG, where PDS came in pretending that they were coming to transform, invest. As we speak, they rather took you and I's electricity bill and did nothing. I see the so-called railway management contract with Tello DP as another avenue to fleece Ghanaians. That is why I spoke against it. And I'm happy the finance minister and the government saw reason and actually suspended the so-called signing ceremony today.
And so does that suffice? That explanation by the finance minister, it suffices for you?
Well, I mean, the fact that he said that there's nothing like that, it means that in the future, if there will be anything like that, the due process will be used, Parliament is properly informed, they will be told as to the financial arrangement and everything, and then we will support it. That is all we're talking about.
Thank you very much. That's Kwame Gavins-Adboja. He's the ranking member on the Roads and Transport Committee of Parliament. Let's go to the other line now and speak to Deputy Roads Minister. Well, we seem not to have him on the line. Well, he joins us now. We have him. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us here on Join His Prime. So today, the Finance Minister did announce that would have road tolls reintroduced, but on some major road networks as part of a PPP arrangement. What is informing this decision, given what we had seen, the previous announcement by government that road tolls were abolished?
Thank you for having me on your network. Yeah, today the finance minister was in the Parliament of Ghana to present the media budget review. And this one happened to be just a statement and not a motion that we usually are accustomed to. And in the statement, he indicated that the Tema motorway or Tema roundabout to the Tetekwashi section of the Tema motorway is going to be done on PPP basis. And we all know PPP means that private money is going to be used to do the money, the road. And if that happens, there should be a way of recovering the investment that is going to go into the construction of the road. And under that circumstance, we need to toll the road. So it is true that he said that the road is going to be done and that the road is going to be tolled as well. But that doesn't negate what happened earlier on when the tolls were taken off. It doesn't mean that we are going to put tolls on all the roads now. But this particular PPP road that we are about to capture in the subsequent week, that is what we are going to toll. And I want this to go clear to everybody.
Well, I guess the finance minister did say that project and all new roads will be tolled. The question is, I mean, there was a thinking behind the cancellation and the abolition of road tolls. Why is this any different? Is it just because of the funds component that you need this to be able to fund roads in the country?
Yeah, my understanding is that the policy has not changed. And it's not going to change after this statement that was read. What he did say was that the Tema motorway will be done under PPP and the road will be tolled. If subsequently the government decides to change the policy on the road tolling, that one will come to Parliament again, and the Parliament will consider it.
But the ranking member on the Transport Committee, who just spoke to us a while ago, did indicate that government had already told Parliament that secured money for this project. How come we are now going to introduce a PPP, by way of funding this project?
I think the government started way back toying with the resources that we can mobilize to do the road. And I don't think it is true that we clearly said that we had the resources sitting somewhere that we're going to use to do the road. This is what we have come, that's the conclusion that government has come to let the GIIF, together with the private investors, do the road. We told it, and repay the investment that is going to go into it.
Thank you very much. That's Stephen Jalula. He's the Deputy Roads and Highways Minister. My colleague Kofi J, data analyst here at Joy News with a research team, joins me in the studio to give us figures today on what the Finance Minister has been saying as far as road infrastructure is concerned. Kofi, give us some more detail on what the Finance Minister said today.
Well, Ernest, the Finance Minister, when asked about the year of road, said, and I quote, "Our year of roads program is on very much course." And so he means that government is still on course in implementing the year of road program. He went ahead to give updates on what we've done so far in terms of the year of road. First, he started with the Sino Hydro deal, which of course we know is bringing in some $2 billion to help with road construction. He said phase 1 is done so far, and Ghana has benefited from 442 kilometers of roads in the phase 1 of the Sino Hydro deal. We've also had 2 interchanges under this deal. Now, these are the breakdowns, so you have them on your screens. Phase 1. The first one we talk about is the Tamale interchange under the Sino Hydro deal is completed and commissioned 100%. We also have the PTC roundabout in the western region, Takoradi, the interchange there also under the Sino Hydro deal. And also the upgrading of selected feeder roads in Ashanti region and western regions, 100% complete. And then we also have Sunyani, inner city road works, which is 63%.
And I guess he also indicated the rate of completion. So you see there for some 100%. Exactly. For the Sunyani one, I see there 63%. Yeah. Exactly. And then there's 100 also for the feeder roads project in the
selected feeder road, exactly. So further, he went to talk about other road projects that are underway. So 6 of them that we were able to count from the Finance Minister's statement. So we found the La Beach Road, which we know is underway at the moment. Also, the phase 2 of the Obechebi-Lamte Circle interchange. We also have the Kumasi Lake roads and other roads stated here. 6 of them that the Finance Minister spoke about today. On, railway infrastructure, the Finance Minister had this to say, that the country is currently, constructing the Tema to Impakadan, railway line, and this, according to the Finance Minister, is to be completed by the end of this year, which is 2022. And then also the project is currently about 92%, complete. Still waiting for about 8% more. Then we have our Tema to Impakadan, railway line ready for use, as stated by the Finance Minister. And so on roads and railways, this is what the Finance Minister had to say today when he appeared before Parliament. Ernest.
Thank you very much. So that's by way of update for you on infrastructure. Now, the minority in Parliament is accusing the government of monetary financing. Addressing the media in Parliament after the media budget review presentation, the ranking member on the Finance Committee, Keze Latufosin, said the BOG has printed 22 billion cedis to support government expenditure without parliamentary approval, a move that could have dire consequences for the economy.
It will surprise you to note that when the minister spoke in his statement, he failed to inform all of us that something significant has happened at the Bank of Ghana. I just had a copy of the document itself, only to realize that between January 2022, January 2022, and June 2022, the minister responsible for finance and the government has gone to the Bank of Ghana and they have encouraged the Bank of Ghana to print money worth 22 billion Ghana cedis. They have printed 22 billion Ghana cedis fresh money without the knowledge of Parliament. Colleagues, I am saddened. No wonder inflation is galloping. No wonder that our reserves position is dwindling. Because when you create a new money out of the thin air, what happens is that inflation will go up. And obviously, again, because it's a new money, you will end up losing your reserves because there will be new consumption. I am surprised that in the minister's statement, he failed to alert all of us that he has encouraged the Bank of Ghana to print new money worth 22 billion Ghana cedis, only for us to see it in this document. And you can see it in the media review document, page 97, appendix 2A. And the Bank of Ghana, they have printed 22 billion and 48 million Ghana cedis. 22 billion and 48 million Ghana cedis, new money that they have printed without approval of Parliament.
This is John News Prime with me, Ernest Manu. Still to come, Refugee Board deploys personnel to start needs assessment of asylum seekers from Burkina Faso. We have details of this and more after the break. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us here on Joy News Prime. Now, the Refugee Board says it will soon carry out a needs assessment for asylum seekers who have fled Burkina Faso into the Upper East region. We'll hear from them shortly, but first, let's listen to some of the people who have been affected by the situation. We understand that many of them are being contained by Ghanaians in Burkina Faso, and as well as some community people who have been affected by this situation.
We have established 3 camps for these asylum seekers. In all the 3 camps, they are estimated to be about 1,000, though head count has not been officially done. Looking at the daily routine movement of these asylum seekers who go back to their communities to try to manage their farm activities during the daytime and return to their various camps in the evening to take shelter. The Immigration Service have deployed officers from the closer immigration posts to keep security at these camps, and we have sought the assistance and collaboration of the military to do that. What we should be doing now, I would want to urge all citizens and non-citizens living in Ghana, most especially community residents, that is the communities at the borders, that is bordering Burkina Faso and Ghana, to quickly endeavor to relay information to security services, community, opinion leaders, other important personalities around.
We have received reports of the presence of some Burkinabe in the Upper East region, and following that we have dispatched team to the region to carry out an assessment of the numbers, the needs, and then the locations and so on. This will inform what assistance and what assistance is required and how to provide that assistance. We did not necessarily go into a discussion with where the country they fled from, but in this particular instance, I am aware that the regional minister has been in touch with Burkinabe authority. But that really is beside the point when it comes to providing assistance for persons seeking asylum. We are in the process of obtaining first-hand information after we receive the reports, and then we will follow that up with whatever assistance that can be provided. We bring this assessment together with the UNHCR, who are partners in delivering services and assistance to persons seeking asylum. But until we've actually completed our assignment, our assessment, we will not be able to give you specifics in terms of numbers and in terms of if they need assistance. And so
that was the Executive Secretary of the Ghana Refugee Board, Tete Paddy. Earlier you heard the PRO of the Immigration Service. This is John News Prime. We're taking a break. When we return, Charles will bring you business.
You're welcome to Business with me, Charles Aite. The Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, has submitted the mid-year budget estimate, making specific reviews regarding expenditure and as well the gross domestic product of the country, revising downwards by 3.3%. In all of this, a former Finance Minister, Seth Tekpa, says that the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, failed to appeal to international investors who are currently running out of the Ghanaian investor market. Take a listen to him speak earlier to Joy News.
Expenditure is to go down to 135 billion, not so significant, but also remember he said the revenue is to go down from 100 billion to 96 billion. in terms of deficit, when you subtract the two, there's no savings because the deficit remains at 37, 38. And we had calculated the deficit to be 43 billion actually because of what we think was an arithmetical, error. So yes, there may have been a saving on the expenditure side, down from 137 to 135, if my memory serves me right. And then the revenue is also going down from 100 billion to 96 billion, which I think is still optimistic, but we can, give the opportunity. Now, but on a bigger note, I think that we miss an opportunity to send a signal, to the markets and to the IMF in terms of our preparedness for negotiations and in terms of opening the doors, access to the markets, which he mentioned, for which reason he said we were going to depend in the meantime on the domestic market. We know the performance of the domestic market has not been stellar anyway. We know there has been auction shortfalls. We know that government has had to increase interest rates and it will result in crowding. I think these are things which we have been discussing, all along. So there seems to be no change in policy there.
Away from the budget, the Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, Dr. John Ofori-Tinkrot, has debunked claims made by the Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress that the trust uses a class system in the payment of pension funds. Dr. Ofori-Tinkrot, who was speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of the 5th regional engagement between SSNIT and TUC in the Western region, said the meager salaries that many workers receive affect their retirement benefits. Correspondent in Nathalia has more.
It would be recorded that the Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Dr. Yao Ba, a few days ago called for the total overhaul of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust due to some disparities and low pension benefits to retired public sector workers. But the trust says the major salaries received by many workers rather affect their retirement benefits. According to the trust, the workers should take on their respective institutions over their dissatisfaction, adding the employee must demand good salaries from their employers to reflect their better retirement packages.
We are not an investment company. It is for good reason that we are called Social Security and National Insurance Trust. We are an insurance company, and all we insure is earnings. In fact, our commitment to you is that when you come to us and you keep on paying the premiums, like you pay an insurance premium, when that income that you are earning stops, which will be akin to, let's say your car had an accident and the income has stopped, which in this case will be when you turn 60 and that income has stopped because you are on pension. Our obligation is to replace that income for you. So if you came to us to insure 500 Ghana cedis, you will get the replacement of the equivalent of that 500 Ghana cedis. Are you with me? If you came to us and you insured 10,000 Ghana cedis, we will replace part of the 10,000 Ghana cedis. So that is why different people earn different amounts in pension.
The call was made during the second TUC SSNIT Regional Educational Tour in Takoradi in the Western region on the theme, Understanding the Value Proposition of SSNIT, the Role of Organized Labor as Partners in Promoting the Scheme Among Workers in Ghana.
That'll be it for business. We have
Thanks for staying with us on Joy News Prime. Gary Al Smith here with the sports, and we begin on the theme of today's mid-year budget review, where the finance minister says the government is determined to make sure that the Black Stars are well prepared for the upcoming World Cup in Qatar. And Ghana will be making a return to the global showpiece after advancing past Nigeria in the playoff rounds. An appearance in Qatar will also see the Black Stars play in the competition again after missing out on the 2018 edition in Russia. The finance minister emphasized the government's desire to support the national team before the competition, while also calling on Ghanaians to show support.
Senior national team, the Black Stars, will represent our nation at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, November 2022. Government will ensure that adequate preparation is made to facilitate outstanding performance by these teams. We encourage all Ghanaians to continue to bear them in prayer and offer our support.
Mr. Foriata also congratulated Ghana's 4x100-meter relay team on setting a new national record at the just-ended World Athletics Championships in Oregon. Ghana finished 5th in the final event of that race. The quartet of Sean Safuentri, Benjamin Azamati, Joseph Odromenu, and Joseph Polamwa set that record that stands at 38.07 seconds.
Just to congratulate the Ghana men's 4x100 meters relay quartet for their outstanding performance in taking the 5th position in the final at the World Athletics Championship in Oregon last Saturday. They did so by setting a new national record of 38.07 seconds to Sean Safuentri, Benjamin Azamati, Joseph Odromenu, and Joseph Paul Amwa. A grateful country says, Ayiko.
Also this weekend, another Ghanaian was in the lights. Former WBO Super Bantamweight champion Isaac Dogbe says he's back with a bang after he defeated American Joel Gonzalez via split decision to earn a second chance at the World Featherweight Championship. Joy Sports' Razak Muspao has the rest of the story. I'm back, baby, he says. And I'm gone, baby. That's it for the sport. Gary L. Smith here.
I'm Ernest Kojo Manu.